see this look from time to time from the Knights. Third down, St. Clair deep drop back. He's going deep down the field. The pass is caught. Wide open 40, 30. It's Brock Studwell. 15, 10, 5 touchdown. New York. They're going to hand it off to Aid Shaw. He got the first down. A championship is coming to New York.
23 seconds, 22 seconds. What are they going to do here? 4 yards from the end zone. Dunhill going to throw again. Dunhill out to Hollywood. BDG Hollywood touchdown! Oh my. The Atlanta Swarm. How about it? Your champions, Georgia. 27-10 over Sioux Falls. Your Atlanta Swarm are title winners.
To the right, that's Carr. 2 down from the end. Handoff, Sandlin. Boy, he almost got hit the backfield, and Sandlin breaks it through for a touchdown for Seattle. What a run from Sandlin. He was dead to rights in the backfield and made something out of nothing.
They're going to go 5 wide for Wigmore. Wigmore steps up, hit as he threw. Pass is intercepted at the 50 with room to return. It's Albert Begin again. 35-30. Albert Begin. 20, 10. Touchdown, Lone Star. Ivory Arvin not fast enough this time, and the Glory right back in it.
2nd and 10 from the 38. Marconi back to pass against another blitz. Marconi's going to avoid a sack. Throw a ball deep down the field. The pass is caught. What a throw! What a throw! Touchdown! Minneapolis Sabu. Oh my goodness! A slow motion replay here. You've got to be kidding me. SFL is going to bring out the trophy, and Minneapolis is going to get to celebrate for the fans that came down. Receivers, 3 to the right side. Tallahassee needs a stop. They haven't gotten one here in the 3rd. And Cochran's going to the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. And Alaska has 9 points here in the 3rd quarter. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the Alaska Storm. They are your Season 11 SFL champions.
How about E.J. DeQ, Patrick Kelly, and Sean Crooked on that line. Great protection for Jackson. Now Moses is running over people, as are the rest of the Scorpions, and they bite him for a touchdown.
This Matt Wilson's pass is caught for a touchdown. What a throw to Dijon Swan. The Mexico City Aztecs, headlined by team owner Ramos Lin, gets their first SFL championship, a 38-24 victory over Chicago.
9th. Wigmore now 10 of 13, 76 yards, 14th pass of the day. Wigmore fires it outside, it's intercepted! John Barnhart, touchdown! Sioux Falls, he does it again for the Sparrows in the postseason!
Showing a blitz on the outside, it's Queen City. Everyone stays home. Darnell Black runs past everybody, picks up a block. Darnell Black in the open field. 40, 35, 30. Being chased by Shine. He won't catch him. And the Hyenas have cut it to 7.
Mama, there goes that man.
Stats all-star crew for a terrific start so far. 3rd down and 9 to start the 2nd quarter. Ivory Irvin's over the top, and it's a touchdown for Baltimore.
Jark Tarkington has a chance to win it.
Oh my goodness. For all of that, and Tarkington gives Baltimore their 3rd straight title. Oh my goodness.
Well, McChesney gonna get a carry. Oh, there goes McChesney. One man to beat, he breaks it. Jaron McChesney down the sideline. Francis trying to catch him. Not today, young fella. Touchdown, Denver. They're right back in it. Down to 15 seconds left. Zuli back to pass. He's going to Corky. It is caught. And he brings it down. Touchdown, DC.
Greg Corky is
They gotta pull out something miraculous here.
DC can't let him get behind him. They got to keep everything in front of him here. This is the ball game. Daniel Garcia back to pass. He's going to throw it deep to the middle. The pass is caught, and the tackle is made. And the DC Dragons have won the championship by a miracle on Zach Zuli's throw to Greg Corky. And I let the fellas give me a breath.
Sunday night here in Green Country, and it's a big one as the Tulsa Desperados hoping to keep their hold on the Central Division. They are hosting the Seattle Nemesis. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lucy Red Stadium here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Make sure to visit Lucy Red Energy Drink at lucyred.com and see why the energy is amazing. I'm Ethan Muslin alongside Jacob Clear. Jacob, this is a game that is a must-win for Tulsa if they want to try to keep themselves atop of the Central Division. They hold the tiebreaker against Minnesota, but a win here puts them a game ahead and prevents them from having any sort of pressure from the legend. Seattle, though, unfortunately, outside looking in on the playoffs, they've been eliminated, but they can still make a lot of chaos, especially here tonight.
G'day Ethan, good evening SFL Nation, wonderful to be back in Tulsa this evening, and as you mentioned, a win tonight for Tulsa would push them based on their strength of victory into third place in the overall standings. They're neck and neck with Arizona at the moment. An incredible season for Tulsa, a true breakthrough campaign, particularly backed by Douglas Brown. It's been a really intriguing matchup as Seattle have played some good football across the course of the season. Hasn't gone their way overall, but a very, very enticing matchup to finish off Sunday night.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, Seattle been on a bit of a skid recently, a 4-game losing streak. After getting off to a bit of a decent start, they were 2-3 prior to that skid. Two of those losses coming within a scored loss against Minnesota and the loss at Portland. See if they can get up to 3-7 tonight. The ball is underway. Seattle will be returning the kick. And there will be a cut to the right side. Bit of a spin move on the play as the returner, Gus Scott, is going to bring it up to the 22-yard line. We'll see Seattle take the field for the first time tonight on offense. They are quarterback Terrellis Blanton. Had a decent time against Portland. Went 22 for 38 for 280. The 6 interceptions, though, that was the big blemish on the record. They'll start out in the shotgun set. 1st and 10 with 2 receivers. Quick pass to the right side will be good for about a yard, as that one is caught by Zachary Patton. Looks like they'll give him 2 on that play for 2nd and 8. We'll introduce the rest of the Seattle offense. Terrellis Blanton's the man under center. The backfield is Blue Scott and Matt Brown. Zachary Patton, David Gears, Tita Queen, and Gus Scott are your wide receivers. Paulie Truth and Dean Jackson are your tight ends. And Blanton will have an offset eye this time, tight end to the right. A little pressure showing from Tulsa. They'll back it off. Blanton on the quick pass up the middle. Oh, out of the hands of Paulie Truth. Could not haul that in. It'll be incomplete.
That's frustrating. He was in relatively open space there downfield. Paulie Truth and a quality tight end making some move through the middle. And Blanton put it in the right area. He spun as he tried to grab it. Perhaps that was his downfall as it falls to the turf. 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Truth 4 seasons in the league, 2 here in Seattle. He's been here since the inception of the Nemesis. Blanton on the blitz. He'll go for the deep ball down the middle. Wide open receiver! And Zachary Patton holding it like a fresh loaf of bread for the touchdown!
Well. Where did that come from? A big deep shot over the back. Tulsa didn't respond. Patton, former Jacksonville King, comes up and just got pretty much open clean. No one saw him coming through the middle of the park with a simple post route. And Seattle hit them deep on a 3rd down completion. Incredible play by Terrellis Blanton to spot the route deep. It's an incredible start for Seattle.
Yeah, that was a great play. The counter to the blitz, just going for the deep ball. And it ended up getting caught behind everybody in the defense. And you saw Marco Swift trying to catch up to Patton, but unfortunately did not come to be. So a 3-play, 78-yard drive with a 76-yard touchdown pass to Zach Patton. A fantastic play as the kick is up and through. It'll make it 7-0 Seattle. Tulsa yet to hit the field on offense, but they got pressure immediately now after that opening drive.
Yeah, and you mentioned they pay the price for blitzing on 3rd and long. Seattle recognized it and played the right move. to puncture the defensive secondary of the Tulsa Desperados. This is a perfect start for Seattle.
Absolutely. Also, by the way, Zachary Patton, that touchdown is his 10th of his career. What a way to get into the double digits. Tulsa to get the return here. Gabriel Manning taking it to the left side. He'll bring it up to the 26-yard line. This will bring out Tulsa's offense for the first time tonight. JQ, the quarterback, in the victory against Minnesota. He also had 6 interceptions, but still managed to eke out the victory, going about 17 of 38. Hopefully not having the low percentage of completions this time around. He'll have trips to the right for first down. Handoff is going to go to Douglas Brown. He'll go up the middle for about a yard. And this looks like to be a stop on that play by number 54 of Seattle, Greg Ward, defensive tackle.
Tulsa loves that formation, the trips type to the top of the screen there. Not traditionally run out of, though. Normally you would see a play action as they come out in shotgun 4 receivers.
Yeah, the old 2 and 2, as I like to say it, with the GQ in the shotgun, Brown sidecar to the right. Q going to go for the deep ball down the middle, tipped in, incomplete. Knocked away there by Brady Clark. We'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, great tip by Brady Clark, former Houston headhunter / hyena. Probably could have been picked off if that was potentially read a bit better by one of his teammates, but irrespective, 3rd and long attempt here coming up for Tulsa.
This time they're going to go to 5 wide receivers, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Q all by himself in the backfield. Gets a snap, going to go to the pass up the middle, will be completed for the first down to get to the 42-yard line. A nice catch from Gabriel Manning to move the chains. It'll take some quick time to introduce the rest of the Desperado offense. JQ, Douglas Brown, and Lars Bizarre are in your backfield. Sanzo Robinson, Corey Jones, DJ Hume, and Gabriel Manning are wide receivers. Tight end is the former Vulture DJ Bandit. On the left tackle is Will Stevens, and left guard is Phoebe Collins. Now going to a pistol 3 wide for 1st and 10. Q with time. Gonna go with the short pass. Oh, got a bit of a hit there as he about made contact with it, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, you're starting to see the half of the playbook that Tulsa uses that relies on JQ. They use a lot of medium routes off the back of the momentum that they create through Douglas Brown and Lars Bizarre in the running game. We'll see if they go to Brown here in a split back set.
Yeah, they've got the offset eye to the left. A little pressure being shown by Seattle. They'll only rush 4. Q going to check it down to Brown. He'll have room to the left side, and he'll get wrapped up and brought down by David Harrell. It'll be a gain of about 5.
That time he spanned to the inside, probably wasn't the best move there, but he still gets 5, makes the down manageable at the very least. This is where JQ kind of thrives in these short and medium situations.
Yeah, Q's been pretty well on those 3rd down sets. They'll have 3 wide, 2 back. Q to throw. Quick pass to the right side will be completed. Short of the first down. DJ Hume made the catch, but is stopped again by David Harrell. 2 consecutive plays he's made the stop. It'll bring up 4th down for Tulsa.
Good open field tackle by the outside linebacker Harrell, and you could see what Tulsa were trying to do there on that 3rd down situation, trying to run the out route. Unfortunately, the receiver just couldn't quite get forward as we see them trying to draw Seattle offside.
That's probably what's going to happen here. They'll probably go for the jump. They are in positive territory. Oh, and they're just going to go ahead and call timeout. Thought maybe they tried to go for a jump a little bit longer.
Yeah, that was strange. You could probably go surrendered another 7 seconds or so, but
yeah, at the very least, try to you get a couple more shots to go for the hard count. But alas, not going to be the case. But they will punt it away. It'll bring out Ismailia Farouk on the punting team for Tulsa, and Gus Scott will be back to return for Seattle.
Yeah, if you know me, I hate doing that in the first quarter. It just wastes the timeout.
Absolutely. Punt is away. Manning going to take it from about his own 14. Tries to barrel through 1 defender and gets about 7 on the return. as he brings it up to the Seattle 21-yard line. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, it's football for everyone. Seattle's offense starting with 3 wide and offset eye. They'll hand off to Blue Scott, but she cannot get anywhere on there. It'll be a loss of 1 on the play.
It's been a good start for Seattle. Unfortunately, that time, Mike Mello and the rest of the Tulsa defense at the front 7 responded quickly enough to that play. The fullback got through, but offensive line couldn't create the blocks as they come back in another spread formation.
They'll go back to that same set. Nickel package for Tulsa. Blanton to throw it. He'll go for the ball up the middle, and this is completed to Patton. This time he got covered. Didn't get behind the defense like last time, but it's a big gain and a first down.
Zachary Patton into the game. Here we go. Blanton again looking long this time. Catches it in midair. He's tackled by one of the safeties for Tulsa. This is a great start for Seattle.
Pass goes for about 26 on the play, as they are just outside of midfield
already.
Yeah, unbelievable. 3 catches for over 100 yards so far for Patton. Blanton to throw again. He'll go to the right side. It's tipped in the air. Incomplete. Deflection made by Nate Hazlip. Bring up second down. That'll give us time to introduce the Tulsa Desperado defense. On the line is Chris Andrews, Berto DeMora, Mike Mello, and Jaden Swift. Your linebackers are Miles Gibson, David Ware, and Philadelphia Collins. Nate Hayslip, the 11th-season vet, all of them with Tulsa. He's in corner alongside Jay Rock and Cameron Shaw. Your safeties are Travis Arthur and Marco Swift. 2 tight ends right for 2nd and 10. Blanton to throw. Quick pass up the middle will be caught for about a gain of 6. And as a catch made there by Paulie Truth.
Yeah, that time Truth Reynolds in. You see that throwing motion from Trellis Blanton. He's the only one in the league to do it. Seattle still working out how to best use it. As that sidearm throw that he uses so often as they come back out in a spread formation on 3rd and 4.
Also going for a shift on the nickel. Blanton to throw on the quick step. Goes left. He'll get the catch. Good for the first down. Into Tulsa territory just a little bit more. And the pass there to David Gears gets it to the 36 and a first down.
First catch of the game for their leading receiver, and that's more like it on 3rd down. That's what you want to see. It was what Tulsa were trying to do on their previous drives, just draw the receiver out to the outside with an out route. So they come out in trips tight.
Yeah, trips to the right. 1 tight end set to the left. Blanton on the quick step. Under pressure and brought down. It's a sack by Mike Mello.
Second play of the game for Mike Mello, and that was pretty simple, unfortunately, for Seattle. He just got straight through the line of defense, takes Blanton down. It's still only minimal loss.
That's sack number 6 for him on the season. 8 so far in his career. He's been having a stellar year. 2nd down, 13. Blanton's going to throw off to the weak side, and it will be another loss on the play as the check down to Blue Scott goes for a loss of a couple.
A tough start for Blue Scott, the first season in Seattle, having transferred over from Motor City in their previous season. As they come up 3rd and 15, long way to go here as they come out in a quad set.
2 and 2, but it's a dime pack. 41 for Tulsa. A little bit of pressure for Blanton. He'll throw right side. Completed! And it's caught by Gus Scott to the 19. Going 2 steps back and 10 steps forward. A first down inside the Tulsa red zone.
Another really nice throw from Blanton. He looks really confident going deep. This time finds the free agent signing their big import from the DC Dragons in Gus Scott. And they're now in the red zone. This is a really impressive start from Seattle. They are well on top of the contest early.
Yeah, 22-yard pass completion for Gus Scott. This will be the 9th play of the drive for the Nemesis. Blanton's going to throw. Goes left side. Oh, and a hit as he tried to make the catch. David Gears was not going to hold on to that as Cameron Shaw laid the wood.
Yeah, good shot, and was just wondering that actually, whether or not there was a relation between Gus and Baloo Scott. There seems to be one, not sure the specifics, but good to see him on the same offense in this league. As we see, it was a bit of a tricky one to reel in there for David Gears, the former Vancouver Legion wide receiver. A lot of free agents across this Seattle offense.
Yeah, you had David Gears come in a couple seasons ago. Matt Brown's a rookie signing. Their fullback just signed a couple weeks ago. A lot of new players and a lot of potential stars as the sidearm throw is deflected away by Heslip. And that'll fall incomplete for 3rd and 10.
There you go, TD Queen confirming it's a mother-son combination between Baloo Scott and Gus Scott. So a nice little bit of chemistry on the Seattle offense. And this is an important 3rd down here for Seattle. 10 to go. They're going to bring the receivers out. We'll see him probably have a shot at the end zone.
Yeah, they got to get to the 9 to move the chains, but might as well try to go for the touchdown. Blanton will have shotgun set, under pressure, up the middle, tipped in the air, and intercepted in the end zone. Picked off on the play by Travis Arthur.
Well, you could see what he was trying to do, Travis Blanton, but unfortunately it was just too congested around the area. He was looking for his favourite target, Gus Scott, and just couldn't quite reel that one in perfectly. It was too many Tulsa defenders in the area, and Tulsa get the turnover they needed.
Yeah, Miles Gibson on the deflection, then the interception from Arthur will bring it out to the Tulsa 20. Best case scenario for their defense played out, and this one tipped in the air. Oh! No! I thought it was going to be caught on the deflection, but not this time. It'll be incomplete.
Even more so, though, Seattle were unlucky not to reel that pick in. I'm not sure. I think I missed the defender who leapt up and made the play. The deflection was dangerous for both sides. As you mentioned, it could have been reeled in by the receiver. Instead, JQ gets another shot from the 20-yard line.
Pass there looked to be intended for Lars Bazar, the fullback, rookie from Annapolis. He's been a good player. I will grant you that, but just couldn't get a break there. Cue to throw on 2nd down. He has a man left side, and it will be completed to Gabriel Manning for about a gain of 4 before he steps out of bounds.
Yeah, again, you see that simple offense from Tulsa. That's what they kind of ventured away from last week, as you mentioned, that 6 picks for JQ in the game against Minnesota. You want to see more of that as they approach in the later stages of this game off the back of Douglas Brown. Expect all slants here.
3 to the right, one to the left for 3rd and 6. Cue from the shotgun under pressure. He gets it away, and it will be tipped and incomplete. Good defensive coverage by Amar Bryant Jr. to knock that one away, and that'll force 4th down.
Yeah, good coverage. They ran out XA posts, another favourite of SFL coaches at this level, and he's a big boy, Amar Bryant Jr., 6'4", just standing out there. He's going to match up well against any of the Tulsa receivers in that time. That's a good matchup on the right-hand side of the field anytime Tulsa have the ball.
Absolutely. Farouk will be back here to punt it away. A little pressure coming in, but it gets it off. And it will be Scott taking it from the 38 and only going to get a couple of yards. And they'll bring it out to the Seattle 40. Seattle holding their own, man, with their defense. Usually, when they were coming into this, Tulsa had the 5th ranked offense and defense in the game, in the league, I should say, if I can word properly. But Seattle's been holding their own here so far. Blanton going to start off with trips to the right. We'll have Baloo in the backfield. Quick step, throw, intercepted! And it's picked off immediately by the Tulsa defense. What a grab there. That's Lee Palmer, the secondary corner.
Well, I was about to ring the praises of this Seattle outfit, and then Blanton goes ahead and does that. It's a bit of a shocker from the second season quarterback. It's just not a very good throw at all. The Tulsa defender was all over it and gives away possession in a really dangerous spot. They're already inside Seattle territory.
Yeah, it looks like Gears, the intended target on that one. Looks like looks like Palmer might have just gotten in the way of the route and just managed to be in the right place at the right time to haul that one in. Q on the quick step will throw to Brown, caught at the line of scrimmage and manages to push ahead for a couple more yards. He gets stopped down around the 33 for 4.
You can see the sheer strength of this talented running back there just pushing forward. He was basically met at the line of scrimmage and somehow managed to claw forward and get 4 out of it. That's what they need to start getting into momentum with now. As you see, this is a formation they love running out of.
You're going to check it down right side, and it'll be Gabriel Manning with the catch. And stepping out of bounds at the 28, so they'll mark him about a yard short.
Well, you can run it or you can throw another route to Gabriel Manning. That seems to be his primary usage at the moment, is just simple toss to the outside. Brings up 3rd and short. They may well give it to Brown on the ground here.
They look to be set up for that. They've got 2 tight ends to the right, 1 receiver left. Excuse me, it's a 3 tight end set. And they will hand it off to Brown up the middle. Gets planted, but not until he gets the first down. Big tackle there from David Harrell, only limiting Brown to about a couple of yards, but it was enough to move the chains.
And David Harrell tried to send him down to the center of the earth there with that tackle, but the first down was what they needed and they got it.
They'll set up trips right, 1 left here for 1st and 10. JQ going to throw right side, incomplete. Nice coverage on that play. The intended target there, DJ Bandit, the tight end. That looked to be perhaps KT Harrell making the coverage on that. Let's introduce the rest of the Seattle Nemesis defense. On the line, you've got Sean Parent, Aaron Stein, Greg Ward, and Catherine Harrell. KT Harrell, David Harrell, and Matthias Citrian are your linebackers. Amar Bryant Jr., Daniel Valentine are your corners. Ethan Kai, Brady Clark, and Doug Day are your safeties. Cueing the pistol set for 2nd and 10. 2 receivers left. He'll step back. Short little pass up the middle, caught at the line of scrimmage, and only gets about 3. That was a little check down to DJ Bandit. We'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
Thought for a minute there that was going to be one of the linemen. I've already seen one of those today, but still, 3rd and 7. This is manageable. I'll bring the receivers out. Again, look for an end zone shot.
Yeah, they only need to get to the 15. But they might go for the shot here. Pressure up the middle, and it'll be completed on a middle line pass for the first down just outside of the 10. And that call made by Sonzo Robinson.
Sonzo Robinson, the former bell cow back for this team, turned wide receiver. That time they bring out the all slants, the safe 3rd down option. 5 wide receivers on the field. They got 4 of them contracted, so it makes sense to push that formation out, and they get the result.
Gets it out to the 11-yard line for 1st and 10. Just almost effectively goal to go here. Hugh going to throw, checks it down to Brown right side. Doesn't have a block. Spins, move, and keeps moving to the end zone. Touchdown, Tulsa!
Beautiful play by Douglas Brown. This is effectively Tulsa's bread and butter. You see this weak power I formation quite a lot from them. This time they throw a screen to Brown in the backfield. The blockers got sent the other way, and he puts a nasty spin move on that corner out there, and a brilliant touchdown by Tulsa. We've got a tie ball game pending extra point. That's some play by Douglas Brown.
Absolutely incredible. Spun out Matthias Citrian the first time, and then Amar Bryant Jr. got him just before the goal line. He spun out of that and managed to get into the end zone for the score. Incredible play there from Douglas Brown. 7 plays, 36 yards on that drive. A low snap here on the point after, but it's up and through for Brooke Beisel. That'll make it 7-7 with 1:35 to go here in the first.
Pretty exciting start to the ball game here, Ethan. This is turning out to be a really interesting matchup, as we sort of hoped it would be.
Yeah, this a lot of people in the SFL community were kind of calling this a trap game, that that Seattle could probably lull Tulsa into a false sense of security, but Tulsa's been holding their own. They're keeping their end of the bargain. Just got to get the kick at about the 1. He'll step inside and get to about the 26. Decent little return of 25 on that play.
And to your point, I've liked the way that Seattle have played this season by and large. I think they're still trying to work out the complexities of their quarterback, but irrespective, I think they're playing a good brand of football. It's just slowly coming together in the coming weeks.
You're absolutely right there. A few of their losses have been by one score or one and a half scores. They have everything they need to be able to be successful. As that pass intended for Patton falls incomplete. Philadelphia Collins there on the stop.
Yeah, that was dangerous. It looked like the receiver had his route disturbed there, and Blanton didn't see it. Threw it straight into the coverage. Luckily, it hits the turf.
Yeah, thankfully for that. 2nd down and 10. Seattle going to go with 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. And you have a tight end set up on the left side. Blanton from the shotgun facing a dime package. Under a little pressure, gets the pass away, and it's caught for the first down by Paulie Truth. Looks like he just got to the line to gain. They'll give it to him for the 37.
It's slow to get up. He copped a good serve from the defender in the coverage, but they bring out the all slants. It works. They push the field forward.
In the 1st and 10, 2 tight ends right. They try to hand it off to Blue Scott, but she is wrapped up immediately by Berto Demora, and it ends up being a loss of 4.
Yeah, you love to see that defensively when the defensive lineman picks up on the run pretty much before it snapped. That time he just got straight through the offensive tackle, pushes forward, and gets the TFL.
Demora, 7 seasons so far in the league. That's tackle for loss number 90 of his career. Offset eye here for 2nd and long. They'll hand off to Scott again, and she'll get a couple before Collins brings her down. It'll bring it up to the 35 for 3rd and 12.
Philadelphia Collins has spent his entire career with this Tulsa Desperados organization, and you're starting to see Tulsa's front 7 get right in the face of Blue Scott. They're going to need to be bailed out by their quarterback here.
Yeah, Blanton will have 4 wide set up to the right. Throws the ball to the right side and will be completed for the 1st down. Gets it to the 45, about 44 of Tulsa. And a nice big catch from Gus Scott will move the chains.
That's the advantage you have when he sidearms it, because it goes to the outside and he's able to reel it in over his right shoulder. You see there, it's a beautifully placed throw, and it's an relatively easy catch for Gus Scott.
And that'll take us to the end of the 1st quarter. Nice tight one so far to begin things at Lucy Red Stadium. We are tied up between Tulsa and Seattle at 7 apiece. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music here on YouTube. Flip the field, come right back. Back to start of the 2nd quarter here in Tulsa. Ethan Muslin and Jacob Clear here on the call tonight. Nice little warm Sunday night here in Green Country. Blanton on the quick pass here for 1st down will be caught. Wow, great little pass there to, it looks like it'd be David Gears making the catch. Ends up being the gain of 11.
And nice work again by Blanton. And we talked about the Lucy Red Energy Stadium here. Congratulations to Seattle. They've reeled in their own partnership today with Jerky Pro. So they've that's the 2nd food and beverage sponsor in the league, as we see that tipped away.
Yeah, that one tipped away incomplete. Yeah, it's always great to see so many businesses and corporations coming in and checking out the SFL, enjoying our product, and wanting to be a part of our community. And that's just a great thing to see all around, because we have Lucy Red here in Tulsa, Jerky Pro in Seattle. There's NordVPN Stadium that's out there. Sports Gamers Online Stadium in Baltimore. So many great businesses coming in and taking part in our league. We always love having you here. Blanton on the deep drop, going to throw it on 2nd down. It's completed and tackled out of bounds is Paulie Truth. Gets out of bounds to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, he's stamping his authority in the game here, Paulie Truth. That's another nice throw from Blanton. Just hits him on the outside again. They're attacking the outside really well today. Tulsa have got to close up on the outside of their corners, because this is where Seattle are going to attack them.
Paulie making that catch for a gain of 19. Sets up 1st and 10 just inside the 15. Blanton the throw on the quick step. Under pressure and cannot get away from Jaden Swift. Ends up being a loss of 6 on the play. Nice job there from the Tulsa line.
Yeah, Jaden Swift, the veteran. They've got three really experienced defensive linemen along with Mike Mello and Swift, Chris Andrews and Demora. We've seen two of them already. This is going to be a key to the matchup.
Second and long now, nickel package for Tulsa. Blant now changing up the play. He'll have two receivers left, one to the right. From under center, quick step. He'll throw it left. It'll be completed, and it's the fullback, Matt Brown, who gets it nearly back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll end up being a gain of 4.
Tackled by the corner there. And interesting to note with Swift, they've got 3 of the family members on this defense between he, Marco, and Jay Rock is also in that line of chemistry. So we're seeing some connections on both sides.
Planting on the quick pass is going to get it away. Wow, great job there. Looks like that was Scott on that quick check down. Gets it down to inside the 10, but it will end up being 4th down.
Yeah, Wild's first real forward progress she's had all game today. That's been a tough start, but that's better movement in front of the ball from Blue Scott as Seattle will line up to take the lead.
Yeah, this will be a 25-yard attempt for Christian Ronald Suey. He's been 80% so far this season. 12 for 15. That'll make it 13 of 16. As that now makes it a 10-7 ball game with 8:35 to go here in the second quarter. The SFL convention is coming to Cincinnati, Ohio, July 28th to 30th for season 21 kickoff weekend. For room reservation details and the weekend schedule, see the Convention Alerts channel in the SFL Discord server. Rooms are going fast, so make sure to reserve your special group rate today, and we'll see you there. Suey to kick this away, Manning to take it from about his own 5. And a good return on the play brings it up to the 27.
Also at Tulsa counter with, they're yet to really involve. Douglas Brown obviously scored the opening touchdown, but now that he's sort of entered the game and warmed up a bit, they're going to start to really rely on him, and you'll see the game plan unfold from there.
Yeah, he hasn't had much action on the ground. Only 2 attempts for 3 yards, but 3 receptions for 20, including that passing touchdown through the air. Q from the shotgun, a little pressure up the middle. He'll get the pass away to the left side, caught there and out of bounds for the first down. Just stepping out to make that catch was Radrick Davis.
Yeah, again, that's their bread and butter, and even though it wasn't Gabriel Manning this time, usually it would go his direction. And just the simple out routes that JQ tries to play, they'll run the ball and then try and attack you over the middle.
This is up to about an 11-yard gain there. 1st and 10, Twins to the right. Q on the deep drop. He'll pass up the middle. Incomplete. Looks like that was intended for Manning. Might have just gotten there a little too late.
Yeah, that time they try and attack the middle. I was expecting them to rule out one of the stretch plays that they love to use out of those offset eye packages this time. They just let the ball off across the middle. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Second down, heavy I formation. Receiver out to the left side. They will hand it off. Douglas Brown going to the right. Gets through one. Gets through another for a first down. Crossing midfield to the 40. Gets down to the 30. Shakes one to the 20. Gets down into the 15 to the 12-yard line. Daniel Valentine saves the touchdown, but a huge piece of yardage for Douglas Brown.
Well, we're waiting for that, weren't we, Ethan? I mean, this is the identity of the team, and really the most important reason why they've been so good this season is just how explosive he is in open field. And that brilliant run by Douglas Brown, and he's now into the game. Seattle are in trouble.
That run going for 52 yards. Biggest run of the day so far from either side. 1st and 10 for Q. 3 receivers, 2 backs. They'll hand it off up the middle for Brown, going nowhere. Nice stop on the play from Matthias Citrion to leave it to a gain of 1.
Yeah, that's more like it. They've got to try and plug the middle, but he's most dangerous when bouncing to the outside. But that's a start.
Set up for 2nd and 9. They'll set up to 3 wide again. And again, 2 in the backfield. It looks like they're not in a pro set. Q going to check it down to Brown left side. He'll have room to run. Spins around one and gets caught up at the 5-yard line. Great tackle there from David Harrell. Now 3rd down and 3 coming up, but they're 5 away from the score.
Oh yeah, and he was slow to get up there for a minute there, caught some good contact, but you can just see how lethal his spin move is. Incredible ball movement by Douglas Brown.
3rd and 3, but it's basically 3rd and goal to go right now. Offset I formation, 2 receivers. Q to throw. Looking, throws, right side, into the end zone. Touchdown, Tulsa. DJ Hume brings it in to give the Desperados the lead.
Yeah, and again, the throwing route is pretty much the same as what's worked all game for Tulsa. They just hit a simple out route to the outside edge. Hume is wide open. The defender just wasn't close enough to him, and it was a pretty simple throw for JQ, and Tulsa punished Seattle for falling asleep at the wheel defensively.
Yeah, that big run from Douglas Brown was pretty much the key play to get them the opportunity to score. 6 plays, 74 yards, the 5-yard touchdown pass capping it off. Brooke Beisel to kick the extra point. It is up and it is good. And that will make it 14-10 Tulsa with 6:26 to go here in the first half. Yeah, that drive only going about 2 minutes and change. Compare that to Seattle's previous drive, which went about 4 minutes. They scored pretty quickly, but Seattle might want to try to just keep going at it, and they can probably still hang toe-to-toe. Beisel to kick it away. He returned by Scott from about his own goal line. He'll cut out to the middle, tried to spin against one, and could not get around the other. And that'll be brought down by Royal Hawkins at the Seattle 23-yard line. We've got a game update with Cameron Irvine. What do you got for us?
Oh boy, Ethan, I got Ike McBride making a statement tonight. In the first half, Ike McBride, 164 yards. The entire Baltimore team, 163. Carolina's up 20 on the Vultures in the 3rd quarter. Back to you.
Thanks, Cam. That is an incredible sight to see. You never really see the Vultures behind so much. So it is a rare sight to see. That's also happening here on the SFL YouTube. Watch both of our games. Enjoy it.
Unbelievable. That is outrageous.
Yeah, it's very rare to see the champs in that underdog position. Blanton to throw as it's incomplete. This covers there from the line, and that will force up 3rd down and 9.
Well, that's where they've looked at the most dangerous. It's either Douglas Brown's rushing attack or Trellis Blanton looking deep. At time there was a receiver in the area, but it was a little overthrown, perhaps to the benefit of the Seattle defense as they avoid the turnover.
3rd down and 9 for Blanton. They'll have 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Only 4 on the rush. Blanton throwing deep ball right side. It's deflected and incomplete. Hazlip got his hands on it, got it away from Patton, so it'll be a 3-and-out for Seattle.
Yeah, their ideal deep threat got free a little bit there. If it was a little bit taller on the throw, he might have gotten that one and it would have been game on, but unfortunately it's batted down for Seattle. Good play by the Tulsa secondary, and they forced another punt.
Yeah, it'll be another 3-and-out this time. First one for Seattle is their last two drives that did not end in scores. Were the result of interceptions. And he's going to take this to about his own 41 as he is brought down by the defender. Tulsa now holding on to about a 4-point lead, 5.5 to go here in the first half. Any score here would make it a pretty solid 1-score lead for Tulsa going into the half.
Well, you're starting to see the identity unfold. As I said, you saw the big run from Brand, and then Q has the tools to just produce some simple plays to finish off a scoring drive.
We're going to have an open receiver up the middle. Will be completed to the 44 for a 1st down. And that was DJ Bandit, the tight end, formerly of Baltimore, who gets the ball into Nemesis territory.
First catch of the game for DJ Bandit, I believe, a second catch rather. Hits him over the middle. And again, that's the simple attack is they'll hit your medium. They won't try and force anything deep. It's very different to what Seattle have shown us certainly as they enter it. Offset I am expecting a run here.
Pass there to Bandit going for 15. Q will throw right side, caught by Manning, who steps out of bounds at the 38 and ends up for a gain of 5.
Well, if we see that formation, it's either a run or an outside route, an out route by Manning. That's sort of the bread and butter at the moment, and it's a simple attack, and Tulsa are just going to continue driving until the Seattle defense can give them something.
Yeah, it'll be second down and 5 now. Heavy I formation, receiver to the left. Looks like they're bringing some pressure to Q. He gets pressured on the left side, and now managed to get the catch out to Bandit to bring it up to the 21-yard line. It'll be first down, just outside the red zone.
Yeah, again, great playbook diversity from the Tulsa offense. Play action, just hits them across the middle with a tight end cross route, and they keep pushing forward. Seattle need to put a stop on now.
Yeah, the last 2 catches from Bandit, they've gone for 15 and 17 respectively. Until then, he had only had about a couple of yards. First and 10, 2 receivers. Pressure showing on the line. They'll back it off. Q to throw. Right side. Has a receiver. DJ Hume making it to get out of bounds at the 16 for another 5-yard gain.
Similar repetition. Seattle pushed their corners back, and Hume, able to make the most of it, just pushes it to the outside. Q with a great read. Easy 5 yards.
Now officially inside the Nemesis red zone, as we are closing in on about 4 minutes to go here in the half. Q to throw, checks it down to Brown, who will only get about a yard or so. Nice stop on that play from David Harrell. Going to set up 3rd down and 3.
First time he's been sighted on this drive, and they have made things rather comfortable for themselves on 3rd down. They've been very assured when hitting it on a short route on 3rd down.
So they'll go for a throw here. 3 receivers, 2 backs, and an offset I. They'll hand off to Brown instead, but stopped at the line. Critical stop up the middle. KT Harrell making the play. That will force Beisel to come out and kick the field goal to make it a 7-point lead.
Great call by the Seattle defense. They respond to Ethan Kai's pleas to step up, and they make the play 2 straight plays to Douglas Brown. They stopped. They've woken up here, Seattle.
Making a 31-yard attempt now for Brooke Beisel from the left hash. Bit of a low snap, but it will get underway and up and through to make it 17-10 with 3:02 to go here in the second quarter. If you've missed any SFL action or want to fast forward your SFL experience, check out highlights of SFL games on the SFL YouTube channel and on Highlight Nation, provided by Victor's Valiant, YouTube's premier sports highlight maker. Subscribe to Highlight Nation and Victor's Valiant on YouTube for all of your college football and basketball highlight needs. That last drive, going 7 plays, 44 yards for that field goal. Makes it a clean 7 for the Desperados. Scott going to take this kick from the goal line. Penalty flag on the play. Might see a few more yards attached to it, and I think Manning might have gotten his hands in the face. No, it's a flipping call. All right. So that will set it back a bit, unfortunately. David Gears called on the penalty. It's a bit unfortunate.
I did not see that.
Seattle. Yeah, I did not see that either. I thought maybe Manning got maybe a face mask. But not the case there. So it will push the Nemesis back to the 13-yard line. Lose a bit of luster on that return. 2 tight ends to the right. They'll hand it off to Scott. Cannot break much out of it. We'll only get back to the line of scrimmage before Demora makes the stop.
It's been a very difficult start for Baloo Scott as she pushed forward. has only really had one play with positive momentum. It's been a good start for the Tulsa rushing defense.
And they'll set up 2 tight ends right again on an offset eye. Blanton to throw. Got a little bit of pressure. Gets it away to the left side. Has the receiver. David Gears makes it to the 19 before getting wrapped up by Cameron Shaw for a gain of 7. Looks to be probably the final play before we reach the 2-minute warning. They need to get to the 22 to move the chains. But we will not have it this time. We will go to the other side of the 2-minute warning. Seattle trying to keep this drive alive and keep it within a score. Tulsa leads at 17-10. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music here on YouTube. Big third down play here for Seattle. Blanton's going to throw up the middle. Caught for the first down to the 35.
Well, I was expecting him to try a simple out route just to make sure they got the first down, but instead they attacked the middle again. This is Travis Blanton's strength. Just again, that sidearm throw is perfect in that situation because it just lands right on the chest of his receiver. That's a nice play.
Yeah, great pass to David Gears for 13. Keeps the drive moving. New set of downs with 3 wide receivers. Nickel set for Tulsa. Blanton from under center. Quick step left and gets it to Gears, who steps out of bounds at the 40 for a gain of 5. We're going to head back to Carolina. We got another game update with Cam.
Thank you, Ethan. Matt South has 5 incompletions tonight. Jack Wigmore has 5 interceptions. The relentless Skyhawks tonight lead Baltimore 30-7. They are in the red zone in scoring position again. Back to you in Tulsa.
Thanks, Cam. Again, just a bizarre sight to see Baltimore so far behind as the pass there deflected and incomplete. David Ware knocking that one down to bring up 3rd down and 5.
It's the shock of the season, isn't it? Carolina, a team that's been up and down across the course of the season. Unfortunately, that's been the case for Carolina for some time, just always on the edge of the playoffs, but that's a massive showing for them in the context of their season, as we see a crucial 3rd down coming up here for Seattle.
Yeah, because just to talk about Carolina real quick, they're 17th in the league in defense compared to Baltimore's 2nd on offense, so a big, startling revelation during that game. Was that pass incomplete? That one intended for David Gears, but a nice wrap-up from Travis Arthur gets the ball out of his hands.
He did well to get up there. He nearly had it. Cameron Shaw covered him well. He got caught in midair again by the safety and just couldn't quite reel it in through the contact from the free safety. And they'll punt it again. Unfortunately, Seattle just haven't been able to get any traction since that first drive.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the case. So they'll bring out Lilac Butte to punt it away. If I remember correctly, I think this would be, this would be a punt. And, nearly blocked. But it will be taken by Manning at the 20. He'll get a couple of yards to bring it up to the 23. Unfortunate there that Seattle could not get that drive going. But they got to do what they can to prevent Tulsa from getting up by more than 1 score, especially since Tulsa will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, that's a great point. They'll get the opening kickoff, and there's plenty of time on the clock here for them to go downfield. And even if they do go to the ground, they look more than confident. But this is a shotgun set; they're going to pass.
Yeah, it's going to be probably a pass. Tight end there on the line to the left, 3 receivers. Hugh will go for the throw. He gets it to the left side. It will be completed to Manning, who will step out of bounds at the 28. It'll be another 5-yard gain, but more importantly, stops the clock with 1:08 to go.
Well, Tulsa have recognized that that's what's going to work for them in the passing attack, and then they'll hit Seattle over the middle sparingly when the right defensive call comes out. Seattle just haven't really pressed up on the line much tonight, and that's playing into their hands as we come out gun straight formation.
Yeah, 4 wide receivers, 3 right, 1 left. Tight end set to the left, to the right side. Hughes to throw, has time. He'll get it up the middle. Will be completed And a nice catch to Sanzo Robinson as he calls timeout just outside of midfield.
Second time Robinson's been targeted and has reeled in a completion out of that formation, this time much deeper than the first one, and it was a pretty soft effort from the Seattle defense. There were a couple of options downfield that were open for JQ, and he was also not really pressured, so Seattle's defense kind of gave up the ghost on that play.
Yeah, it ends up resulting in a 21-yard pass for Sanzo Robinson. They are going to go back to a pistol set, 3 wide receivers. Nickel pack for Seattle on 33. Cue to throw, has some time up the middle, tipped off, incomplete. Bandit tried to wrap it up just as it hit the ground, but it thankfully KT Harrell knocked that one down.
Yeah, she would want that one back. That's a one she'd normally reel in, but unfortunately bring the old alligator hands in the situation and brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Harrell has KT Harrell has 2 interceptions in her career, 73 deflections though. Q going to throw out left side. It'll complete to the ground, but he is brought down at the 48 of Seattle. And Tulsa is going to take their final timeout. Interesting call on that one. We'll bring up 3rd and 7.
The stat sheet might not suggest it, but one thing I will give Seattle is that they have put a lid on Douglas Brown outside of that one run and the screen that resulted in a touchdown. Normally he would be a lot more prolific in this Tulsa offense as we see an aggressive formation call here.
Yeah, they're going 5 wide shotgun. 32 dime for Seattle. Cue the throw up the middle. Will be caught for the first down to the 34-yard line. And Tulsa going no huddle. The catch was made there by Manning. They'll reset. 40 seconds to go. Cue to throw again up the middle. Tipped and intercepted. It'll be picked off.
He's off.
There's room
He's
to
gone.
run for Doug Day. He might be able to go all the way home. Touchdown, Seattle.
Wow, and wow again. What a play by the Seattle secondary. They respond to the no-huddle offense by Tulsa, and the traveling fans are likely going crazy as they watch their strong safety and general manager go all the way. Incredible effort from Doug Day to push the field, and it's a massive result for Seattle, who were on the ropes, and their star safety pulls up with a huge play.
What an incredible pick six. And you saw there the left tackle, Will Stevens, trying to huff it out and make the play. Don't blame him for trying it. Unfortunately, just did not come to be, as the pick six will give Seattle a tie, pending the extra point from Ronald Suey. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and good. So that will make it 17 all. So we are just under 30 seconds to go here in the first half. That is, by the way, Doug Day's 4th pick six of his career, the first one he's had all season.
We've got a ball game, Ethan.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a fantastic game to say the least. Defenses are really working well. Offenses are doing all right. Should be for one heck of a second half, as Manning's going to take this one up the middle. Can't really go anywhere on it. He'll get brought down to the 26.
Oh, wow. I'm glued to my seat here. This is... We had a feeling it was going to be a close one talking in pre-game, and this has been better than I think either of us expected it to be. This is a really good matchup.
Yeah, and you know, looking at the stats, you wouldn't necessarily think it, you know, because we have Tulsa, 5th best offense in the league, 10th in points scored per game, whereas Seattle is more to the bottom in terms of points scored, as Doug Brown's going to only get about 3, and they might just go ahead and be content with that to go into the tunnel.
For sure, but yeah, this is a massive second half coming up. Tulsa with everything to play for.
And that will get us to the final ticks and bring us to the end of the first half. Exciting finish there as Seattle takes the pick six. and turns it into a tie ball game. We are knotted up at 17 here in Tulsa. Desperados and Nemesis looking to see what's going to give. You're watching the SFL presented by AP Music on YouTube. Second half will kick off right now. As I welcome you back to Lucy Red Stadium here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Make sure to visit Lucy Red Energy Drink at lucyred.com to see why the energy is amazing. We have Skidwell Manning to get the ball to start the second half. We'll bring it out to the 28-yard line. Looking at some of the team stats as we're coming into the second half, both teams offensively are pretty even, 231 to 228 in favor of Seattle. The only real difference is that most of Seattle's gains have been been through the air, while Tulsa's been a little more about 3-1 on passing to rushing. Hughes going to go from the shotgun here on first down. He has a pass open to the left side, and it will be a nice catch to number 88 of Tulsa. That's Roderick Davis once again making the catch to bring us first down after a gain of 11.
Yeah, they'll keep it nice and simple. Be interesting to see how rattled JQ is after that final play of the half. That halftime break probably came at the right time.
Yeah, and it was really kind of a tale of two quarters as well, because you had Seattle really dominating in the first quarter, then Tulsa really took over in the second. It's still kind of a temp balance. Oh, but there's an interception! We were talking about if he was rattled or not. David Harrell says, oh, yes, you are.
Well, the star players for Seattle's defense have really stepped up today. And another play, this time, Harrell with a pretty athletic jump across the middle. He reads the route perfectly. And look out, Seattle are on top of the game all of a sudden.
Yeah, they're going to be in real good territory at the Tulsa 36. Looks like that pass might have been intended for Corey Jones, but great job by David Harrell to just stay on the zone and get in the right place. Blanton in the shotgun on first down. He has time to throw. Left side, has a receiver, gets the catch for a gain of 6. And wrapped up and brought out of bounds will be David Gears. He gets taken out by Cameron Shaw.
Yeah, nice work. Just keep it simple. You've got very little of the field to have to work with here. And just basically try and take a leaf out of JQ's book from earlier in the game where he was just using the simple out routes.
Yeah, he'll go to 3 wide receivers for second down. Nickel set for Tulsa. Plenty of time for Blanton. He'll get it out right side. Tipped and nearly intercepted by the Tulsa defense, but doesn't end up going their way this time, but it'll bring up 3rd and 4.
I tell you what, I thought he had that. And the way it sort of sat up in his hands, you thought he was just going to wrap that up and reel it in, but he couldn't hang on. That's a real relief for Seattle.
Sets up 3rd and 4. It'll go to 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Offset eye. Blanton to throw. Gets the right side. Caught for the first down. And taken down at the 23-yard line. Nice gain of 7 for Gus Scott.
That's a beautiful throw, and again, hopefully we'll see a replay. I want you to watch the mechanics of that throw from Trellis Blanton, especially on an out route, because again, it hits the outside shoulder of the receiver, and it's very hard to cover that. It's a beautiful play by the quarterback.
It's led to Patton getting over 100 yards passing so far, and Gus Scott now up to 50. Blanton on the throw, on the deep drop, a little pressure. He got it away before getting wrapped up by DeMora, so it will be considered incomplete.
Yeah, we'll see how they go about it. They haven't gone to Blue Scott once on this drive thus far. We'll see how much that factors into the rest of the drive here now that they're approaching the red zone.
Yeah, so far, like the rushing game for Seattle has been a bit of a struggle. -5 in the first quarter to 1 in the second quarter. They might not go to the ground for a while. Harrell to throw. Will check it down instead. And only getting back to the line of scrimmage is the fullback Matt Brown to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, mid-season signing Matt Brown, I believe, coming in as the lead fullback, trying to make his best efforts to push Blue Scott forward as we see another 4 wide formation here for Seattle, all contract receivers on the field.
Yeah, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Plant the throw, pressure up the middle. He'll get it away.
Oh,
what a catch
throw.
over the defender to Patton. Gets enough for the first down to get it to the 12-yard line.
We were both as excited to watch this as each other because Blanton was on the run there, moving into the pocket, into the danger of the Tulsa front seven, and then releases it over the back shoulder of Patton, reeled in perfectly by the receiver.
11-yard gain for Patton. Gets it to the 12. First down for Blanton to throw, and it's intercepted. Penalty on the play. But it'll be brought back out by Hayslip down at about the 5. They might be tacking on a few more yards after that. Oh, it will be a face mask call against the Tulsa, so it'll end up being half the distance to the goal, but the interception will stand.
That hurts. They look so good moving forward, and then Blanton just throws a bad read, and it's a silly turnover.
No, it's not a. No, excuse me. The interception will not stand. It's first down and goal for Seattle.
There you go.
That must have occurred. That must have occurred just before the interception was made. So Seattle now 6 feet away from pay dirt. First and 10. 2 tight ends right opposite eye. Blanton to throw. Has pressure, and he got it away. So they will consider it incomplete. Another bit of pressure there, this time from Jaden Swift.
JT, I don't know if he doesn't trust Baloo Scott or what the story was there, but he seemed to look at her and didn't throw it. So I'm not sure what the idea was there, but she was probably a good chance of making the end zone. They bring in another heavy set here.
They got 3 tight ends on the line. Offset I formation. Handoff to Blue. Up the middle. Goes nowhere. She got wrapped up from behind. That's Jaden Swift again making the play. Now it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 4.
Great read by Swift. I sort of thought for a second, as per my reaction, that she was going to have that extra burst of speed to get there, but just didn't quite have the move to get past the tackle. Shotgun inside the 5. Coaches hate this.
Yeah, they're going 4 wide with the tight end. Quick pass up the middle.
Beautiful.
Caught for the touchdown! Pauly Truth brings it in from 4 yards out, and the Nemesis are back in front.
I like calling all slants in that situation because that tight end is always going to be open in most situations. They just didn't have the coverage for it. It was Miles Gibson, I believe, in the middle that sort of missed him, and it's a beautiful catch by Miles Gibson. But credit Drellis Blanton, that was a really impressive drive from their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, great job by Trellis Blanton getting it to Truth, who is now officially over 1,000 receiving yards in his career. Great way to cap it off with the touchdown as the kick is up and good from Suey. That'll make it 24-17 in favor of Seattle with 7:39 to go here in the 3rd. Next Saturday on Next Level Sports, the 2 biggest surprises of the SFL's 20th anniversary season will meet at the historic Hive, where the 8-1 Atlanta Swarm will host the 7-2 Tulsa Desperados, with the winner likely clinching a first-round bye. Kickoff is at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. For a complete channel guide, visit nlse.com. And he'll take this kick up to the Tulsa 28, so now they're back behind the 8 ball for the first time in a while. But I don't think Q or the Tulsa offense have anything to worry about so far.
No, but you've got to limit the turnovers, and it's second straight turnoving drive for Tulsa. Q's got to get back into what was working.
Yeah, they had the pick 6, and then the other interception didn't really go their way. Q to throw right side. Oh, it's another interception, and this is big, big trouble as it's another pick 6 for Seattle. This one going to the other safety, Ethan Kai.
You are kidding. Unbelievable. And again, it's one of the stars of this Seattle defense who have stepped up in a key moment. This time it's the other safety, Ethan Kai, making the play, co-owner of the team, one of the most passionate and driven people in this league. That's a huge play, stepping up for his team. Second pick six, third straight pick for JQ. This is evolving into the Minnesota game all over again.
Oh, this is not what you want to see right now for Tulsa. They've had 2 pick sixes, 2 interceptions. Just it's been a downhill struggle for Tulsa right now. Is starting from about last couple of minutes in the second quarter. The kick from Suey up and good. We'll make it 31-17. Not that much time is left now. Only 7:26 to go. That pick, by the way, for Ethan Kai, pick number 3 for him this season, number 74 of his career, and the 3rd pick 6 of his career as well. And we're talking about that vaunted Seattle secondary. There it is. You have it right there. Just a vaunted team of veterans. Manning to take this from about the 4. He'll try to sidestep left and go nowhere, and ends up going to about the 26.
Well, here we were talking about the shock of Carolina showing up Baltimore across the network. Here, Seattle lead Tulsa, a potential 3 seed, by 2 scores. This is crazy Sunday night football.
Yeah, it's the one thing you love about this game. Just like any given day, any team can pretty much shock you. Douglas Brown going to go up the middle, sheds 1 tackle, goes up the middle a little more, gets to the 41 for a first down and a gain of 15.
Yeah, they need more of that. He needs to step up. It's a pretty clean broken tackle. That's more like it from Douglas Brown. You'll expect Tulsa to sort of venture away from the pass for a little bit until Q can get his confidence back.
And Doug Brown's definitely is someone you want to get onto to get your momentum back as they get to the first down at the 41. Q to throw. He goes for the deep ball right side. Oh, it's another interception! 3rd consecutive pick for JQ in just as many drives.
This time it's the former Queen City Corsair and one of the underrated free agency pickups from the previous season, Amar Bryant Jr. Big body out there on the outside for the Seattle defense, and this is one of their best performances in franchise history. What a start to the second half.
Yeah, this has been a phenomenal second half. As we were kind of talking about it in the chat a little bit. Seattle's defense was one of the top in fewest pass rushes allowed per game, and they are the top pass defense in the league so far this season, as the pass here from Patton is not taken in.
Poor DJ Hume in the chat, he was the target on that pick. Unfortunately for you, Amar Bryant Jr. is a much bigger target in that situation. If next time they're on the field, have a look at how big that kid is. He is huge for a corner, as we see another pro set for Seattle.
Yeah, they'll go in an I formation, 3 wide receivers. Hand off to Blue Scott. Gets leveled at the 48, just inside Tulsa territory. They got brought down on the play by Miles Gibson to bring up 3rd down and 2. Talking about Amar Bryant Jr., 6'3", 210. Had his rookie season in Queen City, then came to Seattle here for season 20. So far, making himself known tonight. 3rd down and 2. Pressure showing on the line. They bring the blitz, and up the middle will be enough for the first down for Blue Scott. She's been struggling on the line, but she's been managing to break off just enough yards there to get the first down and move the chains.
Yeah, nice move. Forward progress is forward progress at the moment for Blue Scott. Gotta keep that up.
Back to the eye with twins to the right this time for first down. Tulsa adjusting their defense to the weak side. Blanton going to throw out. It's completed, and Matt Brown only gets back to the line of scrimmage before stepping out of bounds.
Yeah, but look, they've looked for the fullback twice today, and the run game's starting to slowly get involved as this game progresses. They're playing conservatively, but that's not the worst plan of attack here for Seattle.
Yeah, because considering you're up 2 scores, the best thing you're going to want to do is just try to keep your ball in play and move the clock. That will not help you, though. It's a nice sack from Jaden Swift. That's his second on the night. It ends up being a loss of 3.
And brings up third and relatively long here for Seattle. Outside of field goal range, a first down here would be pivotal as they bring out 5 receivers. They've been good out of this formation.
Yeah, they'll go back to 5 wide receivers, 3 right, 2 left. 41 nickel for Tulsa. Blanton going to throw the deep ball right side and out of the hands of Patton. It'll be incomplete.
Well, punting unit will come out, see if we can, see if they can pin them back here, Tulsa. At the moment, they've got control of the game, so they're not going to be too stressed about having a 3 and out there.
Yeah, they'll bring out Lilac Butte to kick it away. Gabriel Manning will be back to return for Tulsa. Good kick on the play. We'll be taking it about the 10, and only get a couple of yards there to bring it up to the 13-yard line. Hey, don't leave the broadcast without joining our Discord server. There's so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. Join to check out content from teams about the league created by the community, participate in pick'em games, play SFL fantasy football, and test your skills in the survivor pool. To join our server, visit simulationfl.net and click on the Discord icon on the menu. The SFL community stands 2,000 strong, and we'll see you there. Hugh going for the throw. We'll check down to Brown on first down. Spins around 1, cannot spin around the other, and ends up being a gain of 4 before Doug Day makes the stop.
Still, Seattle's defense seems to be brilliant here.
Yeah, it looks to be a bit of a passing setup once again for Tulsa. They're going to really need to get it going here, but they'll start with the heavy eye this time. And off to Brown. He'll go right side. Cannot shake the tackle as he gets double teamed from behind. Sean Parent, the lead tackler there alongside Catherine Harrell, will set up 3rd down and 6.
Here we go. Crucial point in the game here from both sides. Through just under 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Tulsa's going to bring out
Q. Yep. Q's going to have 4 wide receivers, 3 right, 1 left. Tight end set to the right side. Q to throw. Has a man to the right side. No, nearly intercepted again. Almost taken away by Amar Bryant Jr. And again, Tulsa will have to punt.
Yeah, nearly had another one on Tulsa's Seattle's defense are playing with all the confidence in the world at the moment. This is, if you're the defensive coordinator, Brady Clark, of this outfit, this is a really proud effort.
Yeah, this has been a great stand by the Seattle defense. Tulsa, unfortunately, going to have to punt it away. Ismailia Farouk to kick it away. Bit of a side snap, but gets it off. Fair catch will be called right at about the midfield line by Gus Scott. They'll mark him down just inside Seattle territory.
Look at that, starting on halfway for your next drive, and Seattle ultimately have got another opportunity to extend this out to 3 scores.
Yeah, any amount of points, be it a field goal or a touchdown, will make this a 3-score game. Not what you're really wanting to see if you're a Tulsa fan. Blanton will be in the shotgun with 3 wide. Quick pass up the middle. Completed for about 10.5. They'll give Gus Scott enough to move the chains.
You can see they are starting to really work out the ins and outs of the throwing mechanics of their quarterback, Charles Blanton. Another nice throw across the middle. And sets up a nice 1st and 10. They're inside Tulsa territory.
Yeah, on the 11-yard pass, Blanton to throw. Quick pass down the middle will be completed for 5. And that's a nice stop from David Ware with the catch made by Paulie Truth.
Now, the Paulie Truth has been very busy today, has been the key target for Blanton. Former Jacksonville King, I believe. Coming over his 2nd season with the ball club.
Now they'll go to the heavy I formation with tight ends to the heavy to the right. Blanton's going to throw, though. He'll have it right side. Tipped, and oh, that would have been a dangerous pick if Cameron Shaw hauled that one in.
Well, we've seen that quite a bit from the other side of the field in Tulsa's offense, where they've thrown the out route in the corner, has been in the right position. Both of these defenses are starting to pick up on the tendencies, but critical third down coming up here.
Yeah, big third down stop for Tulsa if they can get it. Shotgun for Blanton, 3 wide receivers. He'll throw on the middle. It's complete for the first down, and Patton gets it down to the Tulsa 23-yard line.
Well, that was brave because he got absolutely collected by one of the Tulsa defenders as he dove onto the ground to make the catch. Reels it in. Probably unlucky not to get a late hit flag for that one, but irrespective, they're now very close to the red zone.
12-yard gain brings it to the 23, 1st and 10. Blanton to hand off to Blue Scott. She'll get leveled down by Miles Gibson at about the 22-yard line for a gain of 2.
It's been tough sledding for Blue Scott tonight, but again, forward momentum, it's better than going backwards. We see the stat line for Zachary Patton, 6 receptions, 134 yards for the former Jacksonville King.
Yeah, he's been the big target so far tonight. Scott again going to get a couple more yards to bring it to the 20. That'll get her out of the hole in terms of rushing yards and back onto the positive side, but it'll lead to 3rd and 7.
Well, the benefit is that Trellis Blanton has looked relatively confident in these third down situations. Look for a throwing route across the middle again.
3rd and 7 for Blanton. Has trips to the left, 1 to the right. Only 4 rushing for Tulsa. Has a man to the left side. It's intercepted! And there's a nice pick for Tulsa. They really needed that one. And that is picked away. Number 49, Travis Arthur.
Yeah, second of the game for Travis Arthur, I believe. And these defenses are going back and forth now. And that time, it was pretty well read by the safety. Receiver kind of was just in the bad spot. Good turnover for Tulsa. They needed that.
Yeah, so unfortunately, that is the 4th interception for Blanton, and Q has been right alongside him with 4 interceptions of his own. Almost an equal amount of QBR as well. The handoff, Brown sidesteps 1, gets through another one, keeps moving, and moving forward to about a 9-yard gain. They'll bring him down to the 18-yard line. Brown looked dead to rights right at the line of scrimmage, but he just kept going.
Oh, that's why he's one of the best you'll ever see in the league at the moment. He's capable of making plays out of nothing. As they come out in that weak power I formation, they scored the touchdown. We're surprised we haven't seen more of this.
They're going back to the power I formation for 2nd and 1. Brown getting the handoff. He gets caught right at the line and goes down for a loss. It ends up being a 4-yard loss for Matthias Citrion, who makes the big tackle.
Maybe that's why we haven't seen more of it. If Seattle have kind of drawn up plays to counter it, and that's a perfect example. This has been a really good defensive game plan for Seattle. I know that goes without saying the way they're playing, but the way they've held back Douglas Brown has been really impressive as we hit the 3rd quarter.
Time to put some 4s, 12s, 68s, and 86s in the chat, everybody. We got 1 quarter of football left to play, and the Nemesis look to upset Tulsa. They lead 31-17. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Start of the 4th quarter here with Douglas Brown up the middle. We'll get about 3 yards to force up 4th down. Ethan Muslin, Jacob Clear on the call tonight. Our statisticians, Mr. Ron Haynes and Top Kiefer, doing the stats truck, making us look fantastic and a lot smarter than I know that I am. But that run will bring up 4th down for Tulsa, and that will force a punt by Ismailia Farouk. Seattle hoping to get themselves to 3-7 on the season as they nearly block the punt. They'll be taken at the 49-yard line across the midfield, and can't get much there for Scott, unfortunately. They'll get right at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, we see Seattle lining up from midfield, but one of the things you got to love about the SFL, this time of year you never really know what you're going to get in terms of football quality, but this weekend has been pretty entertaining all around in every game. It hasn't really been a bad game, and this is a quality end to our Sunday night block.
Yeah, it's been a lot of great games so far throughout the weekend, and this is a great way to cap the Sunday. We still got the Monday night game coming up tomorrow, which should be a lot of fun. That'll be Atlanta at Indianapolis. You can find that tomorrow night here on YouTube as well. That should be a fun little matchup as well. Atlanta pretty much, excuse me, Atlanta pretty much dominating the South Division, and Indianapolis kind of on the outside. If I remember correctly, they're kind of on the outside looking in. Clinton on the quick step, he'll throw it out and finds the receiver up the middle. Paulie Truth gets down to the 32-yard line. As you see the stat line for Blanton so far, over 300 yards passing on the night.
This must be one of the best performances Blanton's had in his career. He just, again, running into the pocket, looks so confident. Knows where his tight end is. Truth has been a really important player for this Seattle outfit today. And, well, this is as good a chance as any. They really need to capitalise on one of these opportunities inside Tulsa's half.
First and 10 for Blanton, a quick pass. Oh, it's intercepted! Bit of a miscue there as Blanton was under pressure, and it ends up being taken away by Hazlett.
I've kind of jinxed them again, unfortunately. It's another error from Trellis Blanton. I was just singing his praises, saying he was having an incredible game, and then he's just thrown it away again. It's another frustrating error from the Seattle offense. Puts their defense under more pressure.
Yeah, it looks like Dean Jackson was the intended target, but Hazlett came inside the box and ended up making the play. Good job there from Hazlett, first pick of the night. Handoff for Brown is going to be powered in for about 5 yards. Nice little play there before getting brought down by Parent and Citrion. Bring up second down.
It's been some kind of a defensive battle. 5th pick of the game for Trellis Blanton.
Yeah, both of these quarterbacks have been having a rough go at it. Both of them under 60 for their QBRs as Brown gets down for about another yard as Citrion again making the tackle to bring up third down and 4.
Yeah, 9 total interceptions across the course of the game. That was the stat I was trying to chase and then trailed off. But it's a big third down again here for Tulsa. Neither offense have really capitalized on the opportunities presented by their own defenses.
He will have 3 wide receivers, 2 in the backfield, and an offset eye. Handoff to Doug Brown. Blasts one and gets to the first down marker. Avoids contact on the hit behind the line and moves up to the 43-yard line to move the chains.
You're kidding, Douglas Brown. He was probably, 5 yards in the backfield, and then busts the first tackle and then gets forward. That's a miraculous play to keep the drive alive.
Great job from Brown, who's almost at 100 yards rushing on the day. Handoff to him. He'll go up right back to the line of scrimmage. And he will fall out for no gain on the play. Nice stop there from KT Harrell.
Seattle's defense goes right back to stifling the Tulsa attack. They just need to get a conversion on third down, as we see. 2nd and 10. They're going to come back out in another passing formation.
Yeah, 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They have Brown in the backfield. 9 pack for Seattle. They hand off to Brown. He'll go left side. Gets planted at the line of scrimmage. Another big stop by the linebacking core as this one's brought down by David Harrell.
Yeah, and just another note, the final touch on that other game tonight, that's ties Baltimore's worst ever losing scoring margin. That's huge across the other side of the network tonight.
Oh man, that's a sight you'd never thought you'd see before. Skew on the deep drop, has a man open! Down to the 30-yard line, it's caught by DJ Hume!
Well, DJ Hume finally gets the number of Amar Bryant Jr. the last couple of plays. Unfortunately, the taller cornerback has been able to... But somehow, I thought Amar Bryant Jr. was going to pick that off. And somehow, in the middle of 2 defenders, Hume brings it down, gets revenge for the last couple of picks that Bryant Jr. has had on him. And here we go, Tulsa deep inside Seattle territory.
I think Hume got the hand on that one because Amar was a little late on the sight. He was playing the player and not the ball. Hume from the shotgun, quick pass to Hume, gets caught for a gain of 4, getting brought down by KT Harrell for 2nd and 6.
Yeah, well, it's again nice positive yardage. I'll keep pushing the issue forward, and 25 out.
Yeah, about 26 yards to go to Pater to make this a 1-score game. 5 and change to go. Hand off to Brown. He'll push up the middle. Can't get much going as Bryant Jr. comes in to make the play. Gets about a yard to bring a 3rd down.
That's better from Seattle's defense. They read the run, saw it was coming, pushed the corner inside in a little blitz, and he makes the play. This is a big 3rd down.
They'll go 3 wide receivers, tight end to the left. Pugh in the shotgun with a nickel set against him. Bit of a low snap on the quick pass will be completed. Uh-oh, that's trouble. DJ Bandit going backwards. He tried to make some spin moves and couldn't get it, and it ends up being a loss of 2. And that will bring out the field goal unit and Brooke Beisel.
Good stop for Seattle. Unfortunately, that's the drawback with those little stop routes is sometimes the receiver doesn't know where to run and couldn't quite get his body turned around to go forward. So
Beisel to get the kick away, and it is good from 43 yards. Nice one there. Beisel, one of the top kickers here in the SFL before this game, going 23 for 24. And a couple more here to make it 25.
do you think they go for the onside kick here, Ethan? Or
no,
is it
it's too
early?
early to do that right now. It's 31-20. We got about 5 minutes to go. It's too early to consider that right now. Just go for the regular kick. Oh, no, they're going to try for... Looks like they might try for the onside. They are going to go for the onside kick. I don't know about this. You got to get lucky. Get a good bounce. The kick is away and off the hands of one. It's still out. Still out. And it's in the hands of Seattle at the 49.
I'll tell you what, they had every chance of getting that one. That was Seattle did everything they could to not reel it in, and then eventually it's fallen on. And they just need to be decisive here and make the right plays. At least get yourself back in field goal range to push it out to 2 scores again.
If anything, it just makes it a 15-yard kick. Hand off to the right side for Blue. Scott will go for about 1 to get just inside Tulsa territory.
Well, it's the first play. Remember, plenty of time on the clock, and Tulsa clearly trusting their defense here to keep a hold. Seattle are out of field goal range, even if they do get close to the 1st down marker.
2 tight ends set up to the right for Seattle. On the offset eye, hand off to Blue. She'll go up the middle, get about 2, maybe about 3 yards before getting brought down by David Ware. They'll set up 3rd down and 6.
Well, this is a big moment. If Tulsa can get another stop here, it's game on. With plenty of time left on the clock. We'll see what Trellis Blanton draws up. This is probably where he's been most comfortable in the second half, is these short read situations. Look for Paulie Truth again. Oh, they're running it. This is weird.
Yeah, it looks like tight ends right, offset I formation. They might be going for the run here. Maybe a run to the strong side. They milked out this clock. Hand off to Scott. Goes right side and will get down to the line of scrimmage and no further. Nice stop on that play by Miles Gibson, preventing the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was pretty questionable play calling because Seattle made it very easy for Tulsa. That's a worrying sign. And you see that clock, 3 minutes left. It's only an 11-point ball game. Tulsa are about to get the ball back.
And that was a really good stop because Seattle had been doing pretty well. They're over 50% on 3rd down efficiencies tonight. They were about 10 for 16, now 10 for 17. Being forced to punch it away here as Butte's going to kick it off. be taken. They're going to let this one go. It'll take a nice bounce into the end zone for the touchback with 2:45 to go here in the ball game. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Tulsa hoping to get this back to within a score. Q going to throw on first down, has a man up the middle, and it's good for 10 and change. Ends up being about 11 on the play for Manning, and they'll go no huddle as the clock are in sync. Play clock and game clock. Snap here for Q, right side, incomplete for Hume.
There you go. This is the most tense moment of Seattle's entire season. Obviously, their season's well and truly over, but this could be huge for their confidence moving forward as a franchise. This means a lot more to them than you'd think, and they've really worked for it. So this is crunch time for their defense as Tulsa comes out in the bunch formation.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If they can pull this off, it'd be their second away win, their fourth win in franchise history. Pressure up the middle is brought down for a sack. What a great job there by the Seattle defense. That's number 60, Aaron Stein, with the tackle. Now to third down and long. Hugh going to have to check it down to Hume. It'll go nowhere. It looks like they will be content to take this to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, they needed that. They needed to change up the play. It was the second time that they threw something out at the Seattle defense that wasn't working. Here we go.
Now take us down to the 2-minute warning. Seattle up by 11, but Tulsa wanting to stay in it. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music here on YouTube. So Tulsa going to go for it here. 4th down and 13. They got to get to the 41. Q takes the snap. Has a man up the middle. It's nowhere close for Hume. It's incomplete. And a turnover on down. Seattle in prime territory to get back to a clean 14.
Well, hats off to the Seattle defense. Again, Amar Bryant Jr. playing the coverage. He was outstanding tonight, as with the rest of his teammates on that defensive side of the ball. Having been in this position, the same as Seattle's, where you're fighting for wins, a win like this, the feeling is irreplaceable. You can't even describe how elated they will be feeling right now in the locker room.
Yeah, to get yourself to 3-7, to have 2 more wins with 2 more games to go than you had in your inaugural season, as Tulsa will take a timeout on the run for no gain. It's definitely something you really want to have, to be able to keep that confidence boosted, to keep your heads held high and know that, yeah, you just took down a potential playoff contender in Tulsa. It just really lets you know that you've got what it takes to really hang with the big dogs here in the SFL. Blanton going to go for the throw. He has a man open to the right side. He'll be caught for the first down to the 15 to the 11. What a great play to Zachary Patton. Stops the clock with 1:48, but now Seattle is in prime position to put the dagger in.
Well, not just a potential playoff team, a potential top 4 seed we're talking about with Tulsa here. And Seattle coming off the back of, they locked in a sponsor today, and now they're coming out showing on an away trip to Tulsa in one of their best seasons ever as a franchise, and produced a stunning performance defensively. This must do a world of good to their confidence.
They'll go 2 tight ends left, offset eye here for first down. Handoff to Scott up the middle, will go nowhere. It'll end up being a loss of 1, with Tulsa taking their second timeout. That one being a tackle by Chris Andrews. And yeah, you're absolutely right. This is the kind of confidence you need to build for your team. As we mentioned, so far, Seattle having their best season, though they are a young franchise. They as we talked about their first season, they went 1-11. Starting in the first half of the season, they were 2-3. They had potential to possibly, get over 500, but a couple of bad breaks. Here's Baloo Scott. No, nearly got to the first down marker. Tulsa will take their final timeout with 1:39 to go. There was the big run Baloo was looking for.
Thought she had it very, very close. And we might touch on it after this drive, but this loss for Tulsa makes the Central Division an absolute hot pot for the last couple of weeks of the season.
It really does. Even with the loss, Tulsa will still be atop, as Blue Scout will run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. And that will be the mustard on the hot dog, as the late great Chick Hearn would say. As Blue Scout now brings it to a 3-score lead.
First season with the ball club for Blue Scott. She'll be a key part of their future plans as a franchise. It's a well-earned touchdown for her and this Seattle offense. But yeah, Tulsa still lead the division at 7-3. But get this, you've got Minnesota on 7-3 as well, and Indianapolis currently on 6-3, who are playing Atlanta tomorrow. So that means that Monday night spectacular with Cam and Paul Sarp is going to be must-watch television, because that's, if Indy can square up against Atlanta, that makes things very interesting, particularly in that Central Division.
Yeah, absolutely. Tulsa with the loss will go to 7-3. Minnesota won earlier tonight, so they're 7-3. But Tulsa does hold the tiebreaker on both Minnesota and Indianapolis. So if Indianapolis wins tomorrow, then you have 3 squads in the Central Division, all at 7-3, with 2 games left on the season. And that it's pretty much any team's division at that point. Looking into the schedule for Tulsa, I'm trying to look here real quickly. They will be in Atlanta taking on the Swarm. As we mentioned, that'll be on Next Level Sports. And then week 14 will be their final game, and that will be on the road against Indianapolis. And that very well could be for the Central Division title. Hugh going to throw the deep ball here, and it's knocked away, incomplete, intended for Gabriel Manning. But it is knocked down by number 35, Aaron Pearson.
Yeah, and add more sugar in for Seattle. This will be their new franchise record for points scored in the game. So a big night for them, and something that they'll look back on for many seasons to come as a real turning point, and something that they've well and truly earned across the course of this season.
Absolutely. As we kind of mentioned, they're still a young franchise, still finding their groove and finding their mojo as Manning steps out of bounds to the 31-yard line. But a great win, a great record to be set. The previous record here was with most points scored was against Indianapolis with 35, and that was in a losing effort to the Ramblers, 38-35. The second best was a win against Canton in season 19, 31-17. Hugh going to throw, has the man up the middle, will be completed. They'll go to a no huddle once again, as that pass was brought in by number 13. That's Corey Jones. That's his first catch of the day. They'll fake the handoff. Hugh the throw, has the man open. Another first down, now down to the Seattle 42 for DJ Hume. They're going to keep fighting on this one. There's a minute to go. Hugh going to have a pass. Another one up the middle, and that's Corey Jones again, getting a gain of 8. Tulsa trying to do their best to keep it to within a couple of scores. Faking the handoff again. Pressure coming left side. Has the man up the middle. Good for the first down. It's down to the Seattle 30-yard line. That was Douglas Brown on the check down. Now coming up on 30 seconds to go. They'll reset. Spikes the ball with 28 to go.
Yeah, we'll see Tulsa close out the game here, but I was going to touch on before they went into no huddle the excitement that there must be around the defense for Seattle, some of the pieces that they've got between, particularly in the backfield with Bryant, Clark, Doug Day, Kai, and the linebacking core with the Harrells. It's a really stout defense that they're starting to develop, and we've seen it on display today.
Absolutely. Q going to throw the ball up the middle again. Nice catch by Manning to get to the 12-yard line. Now 20 seconds to go. I think they're going to go ahead and spike it once again. As Q going to get back under center. And he will spike it with 12 to go. Kind of talking back to what you were coming back to what you were talking about for Seattle. David Harrell so far in the top 10 for the linebackers with 92 tackles, 18 tackles for loss. Matthias Citrion has 20 tackles for loss. He's 20th in the league. Great linebacking core in Seattle overall, especially, and then you add KT Harrell's 11 deflections. It is a very tough back half of their front seven. Q from the shotgun, gonna throw, looks to the end zone, has it for the touchdown. Catch there from number 88. It's the secondary wide receiver, Roderick Davis.
Too little too late for Tulsa. Unfortunately, the game was stashed away quite some time ago by Seattle. They just didn't take the opportunities they had to ice it earlier, but a nice little final way to finish off the game and tighten it up a little bit. That might help if certain tiebreakers have to come into play, but just a disappointing night overall for Tulsa, who are very much capable of much better than what they've produced tonight, particularly with their turnovers.
Yeah, and I think that was probably the key in Seattle getting this win. Those two pick sixes, the one near the end of the first half and the one near the beginning of the second half. Those are what did Tulsa in here. The extra point from Beisel is good. That'll make it 38-27 with about 9 ticks to go. But those two pick sixes are pretty much the reason Seattle has a win in their column tonight.
Well, particularly if you think back to the final play of the second half almost, where Seattle were behind with Tulsa driving down the field and Doug Day picked it off to tie the game up. That was potentially what swung the entire game around, because JQ just looked completely bereft of confidence for the second half. Seattle had the control for the entire second half. Like, just that play in itself turned the entire game around.
Yeah, absolutely. Those two pick sixes just really just kind of set the momentum in favor of Seattle and against Tulsa as Blanton will take the knee and bring us to the zeros on the clock. Seattle with their 4th win in franchise history, the most points scored in franchise history, as they upset the Tulsa Desperados 38-27. Great job from Seattle's offense. Just a fantastic game from Trellis Blanton, going 340 yards through the air. Not to diss JQ either. 310 in the air for him. Both of them really need to really cinch up those interceptions, though.
Yeah, it was definitely a turnover-happy battle, as you see one of the picks earlier from Harrell in the third quarter. But coming back to that play at the end of the second quarter, pick 6 from Doug Day was what shifted the balance of the entire game. And yeah, a fantastic effort from the Seattle defense, a well-earned win, one that's been coming this season. They've had some good moments throughout the course of the Season 20 campaign, and tonight it all came to fruition. A pick 6 from Doug Day, and then that one there from Ethan Kai in the third quarter were really the telling points of the game, along with some brilliant cornerback play from Ahmad Bryant Jr. and a stout effort from their front seven to counter Douglas Brown. That's probably the quietest he's been all season, barring a couple of big runs. They really did a good job at isolating him and also making the JQ pay for his ill-advised decisions. But a brilliant performance by Seattle. Tulsa need to go back to the drawing board with the Central Division still well in play.
Yeah, Central Division still all to play for Tulsa, for Minnesota, for Indianapolis. If they manage to pull off the win against Seattle tomorrow night, and you'll see that game here on YouTube. But yeah, Tulsa will have their work cut out for them to get themselves a division title. Worst case scenario, they at least know that they've got a really good chance to make the playoffs, and they've just got to be able to cinch things down, figure out what happened, and just work out the bugs from there, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it's a big game next week in prime time on national TV. That's going to be the key potentially to their playoff hopes, as well as their Week 14 battles. We see player of the game
will be Zachary Patton. Fantastic choice. 7 receptions, 150 yards, 1 touchdown. He had that big 76-yard strike to open the game. Fantastic job from Patton. Great job all around from everybody. They did a great job on all sides. But Seattle was just managing to exploit great opportunities and ended up getting on top. They defeat Tulsa 38-27 here at Lucy Red Stadium. That'll do it for us here tonight. For my partner Jacob Clear, for our statisticians Ron Hines, Top Kiefer, for our producer, Commissioner Extraordinaire Cameron Irvine, my name is Ethan Muslin, and that'll do it for us here for SFL Action on Sunday night. Make sure to come back here Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll be a big matchup. Atlanta at Indianapolis. 2 good teams fighting it out. You're not going to want to miss that. We'll see you next time.